What's going on, everybody? Good morning and welcome back to Beat the Bell presented by K Capital. Hope you guys all had an awesome weekend. Turbulence in the markets last weekend. Friday ended with a green day. Finally, we've only seen about 3 of those so far in the month of August. Let's see if bulls can get some continuation today. All right, starting with Money Mander, we're going to introduce the panel. Money Mander, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Monday. I'm hoping for the exact same thing here. We'll see if we can build off that strength from Friday. Futures green this morning, so fingers crossed.
All right, and Stock Sniper, good morning to you, brother.
Good morning. Let's get to it today. We got some awesome stuff on Bet the Bell, as always, and I'm pretty excited to give it to you guys.
Stock Sniper live from the Congo. All right, Fed forecast and economic calendar.
All right, let's take it away. Short segment here today, missing my co-host here on Fed forecast, but we'll start it off here with the economic calendar. Really nothing at all today to speak of. So moving into tomorrow, we have existing home sales in the morning, 2 Fed speakers later on in the afternoon, and then Wednesday we have flash PMI and new home sales. So really kind of a lot of muted data going into the start of this week. Hopefully that means we can get some smooth price action for once, something we haven't seen in a good bit. And then going into Thursday, this is where we start to get some market movers. You have durable goods Thursday morning with jobless claims as usual in the morning on Thursday. And then consumer sentiment at a University of Michigan and Jackson Hole coming this Friday. So those will definitely be major market movers going into the end of the week. Notably Jackson Hole, which you get once a week, or once a year. You remember what happened last year at the Jackson Hole event. So a lot of eyes will be on that meeting. And then we'll go into the earnings calendar here. Very similar to the economic calendar, truthfully. We have a very muted week of earnings, except for obviously NVIDIA on Wednesday. So going into the start of the week here, we have Zoom after the close today. And then some notable retailers tomorrow morning before the open in Lowe's, Dick's Sporting Goods, Macy's, and BJ's. After the close tomorrow, you have Toll Brothers, which should be an interesting report with home builders there. There's been a lot of eyes there with recent home sales. So that'll be one to go hand in hand with the home sale data we get this week. And then obviously NVIDIA on Wednesday, really the only market mover we're going to have by market cap out of the entire week. Currently trading up 2.5% in pre-market this morning. So looks like buyers are buying the recent sale on NVIDIA here heading into the earnings report on Wednesday. We'll see how that one reacts after the notable earnings report last quarter that sent the stock up about 25% overnight. And then we'll end the week with buy now, pay later provider Affirm, Intuit, and Workday. So going in after closing a third consecutive red week last week, as Alejandro noted, the market's going to be looking to build off the green day we saw on Friday with some continued strength this week, given that we don't have any major economic events until the end of the week, and NVIDIA really being the only major market mover we're going to have on Wednesday after the close. We'll see if we can finally get some type of buyback and a rally here after seeing the S&P 500 fall 5% and the NASDAQ fall 8% off of year-to-date highs. As you noted, green day on Friday, green here in the pre-market this morning. We'll see if we can continue that into the end of the week. That'll wrap me up here, though, at Fed Forecast, and I'll send it back to you, Alejandro.
All right. Going to take a look at the S&P chart. So notable weakness. We've been talking about it all last week. As Sal just mentioned, we may be able to get some continuation coming into today, but the system has kind of guided us very nicely through this sell-off, despite the fact that it's been a slow grind down for the majority. I would say the first week or so of the sell-off was generally a lot of chop, and we can see that in this tight range that was put in. And we had talked about how we were back testing the July 12th breakout, and that area of support held for quite a while before it eventually became exhausted, and we broke down and got some more violent selling. But it is very, very clear that still the winning trade has been short the pops. And the reason for this is we are trading below the 50 SMA on the 1 hour and 30-minute SPX charts, as you guys can see. So in order for bulls to regain control, they're going to want to clear past those moving averages. Okay. So same story coming into this week. And it's very important, in my opinion, to give respect to the trend, because even if you maybe became programmed to buying the dips because of the strength that we saw to start the summer, you really have to respect that trend and understand that the regime has changed a bit here. And so if trading long it would be smart to size down because obviously those long trades have not gotten the continuation as they were getting in July. Okay. And it's also, important to understand that this downtrend can last way longer than maybe you anticipate. We saw that on the other side of the trade when bears were getting squeezed, thinking that the market would eventually take a turn earlier this year. Okay. So in order for things to change back into the bulls' favor, they're going to want to clear past those moving averages, and we're going to want to get a buy signal. You guys know that. All right. Now back over to Stock Snipa, who's going to give us Bet the Bell.
What's up, guys? I got a pretty cool Bet the Bell for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and start it off with our typical routine. We're going to go ahead and look at our standings prior to asking green or red. Here we can see Diamond, who is not currently here today. He's sitting at 65% with 54 wins. Pretty impressive. Hondo is tailing just behind at 64% with 53 wins. Mander sitting at 41 wins. I'm sitting at 34 wins. The stats are just put there just to be humble, but everybody knows I would be on the top if it came down to it. But let's dive right into our first question, green or red today. I'm going to have to start this one off with Hondo.
I'm going to go green today.
Green. Okay, I like it. Mander, what you got?
Also going to take green. This is an important one with Diamond out here. We'll see if we can get a free win on him while he's not here. So I'm going to take green as well.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree. Green across the board, especially when we're looking at how things are looking right now. I'm going to go ahead and dive right in towards our next question on today. When we look at the charts, again, not to the dollar, but we could see 3,600 was the last area where we saw SPX bounce. Now, my question for you guys today is, will we see SPX break that $3,600 level within the next year? I'm going to go ahead and start this one off with Money Mander.
So basically, the question is, are we going to set new lows within the next year?
Yes.
Or less? Yeah, I don't think so. I think those probably stick. If anything were to happen, like Diamond has said many times, it would have to be some black swan event, some major credit event, which I don't think, just given everything we've been seeing so far, happens. So I think that low probably holds.
Okay. Hondo, what you got?
I'm definitely in the same camp. I think we're still, largely in a bull market. It's so difficult to forecast a year out. If we look at the past year and, how different sentiment was, and what's actually funny, we're around the same spot that we were trading in last summer. So I guess we haven't, if you weren't around for the last 12 months, nothing has happened. But it's just so difficult to forecast a year out. And so my personal opinion is that we won't break that 3,600. I do believe that the low is in. I'm pretty confident in that. But yeah, I mean, you got to take it day by day because things change so fast. And we saw Matt give us a perfect example of that. Rocket Scooter was showing us one thing for a very, very long time. And then all of a sudden, positioning has changed. And so you have to be able to make adjustments on the fly. And so when making these long-term predictions, it's very important to, understand that it's very difficult to be right and to not, go all in when making long-term plays.
Yeah, I honestly thought Mander was going to be all over this one saying this, but I'm going to have to go ahead and take it does break that. I thought Mander was going to say something crazy like 3,200 or something crazy because we know he does hate stocks. I'm going to have to go ahead and say it does break 3,600, but not by much. And that, keep in mind, I'm talking about in a year within now, not for the rest of this year. I'm talking within the next year ongoing. I'm going to go ahead and jump towards our next question for today, though. And we can notice that we do have a new COVID variant popping up all around Europe. My question for you guys is, will this next COVID variant have similar economic effects towards the previous? Now, I'm not asking if we're going to go into the full shutdown mode. I'm asking if we're going to see people going to the grocery stores. We're going to see them spamming paper towels, toilet paper, all kinds of ridiculous stuff that's not really going to help you out in fighting off COVID. But Honda, what do you think? Will we see similar economic effects on this new variant compared towards the previous ones?
No, I quite honestly don't think we will. I don't think we'll see similar economic effects. I don't think we'll see similar social effects. I think that people have a very, very different view of what COVID is now versus when it was first emerging. There was a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, and now I think it's just not as big of a deal to people, quite honestly.
Yep. Mander, what do you think?
I'm going to say the exact same thing. I think when COVID first came out, it was a very fearful new disease that was spreading like wildfire. Obviously, a lot of people were getting very sick from it, but I don't think we see any shutdowns that we saw before. And I don't quite think we see those supply chain issues that you were mentioning on with like paper towels, this, that, and the other. I think really with the expansion of like the vaccines, this, that, and the other, I don't think people are just as scared of the disease anymore. And I definitely don't think we see a shutdown like we saw in 2020.
In the comments, Pixel Monkey, amazing point right there, because yes, we already know it is in Europe right now. I'm not 100% sure if it has made its way to the U.S. If it has made its way to the U.S., it hasn't been an outbreak yet. But I think that we do have to see kind of how the West reacts towards this before we can see how we're going to react to it. Because, I mean, when people started dying, that's when everybody started freaking out. But I do think that at the very least, we're going to see an increase in sales in consumer staples. So that's kind of what I would be looking to see within the next couple of months. I don't know if we're going to have the shortages again and the limits and all the restrictions, but I do think we will see an increase in sales in consumer staples due to this variant. But that'll wrap it up for Bet the Bell today. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Hondo here.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for Beat the Bell. Shorter episode this morning. Diamond is on vacation this week. So, if you were looking forward to seeing him, that sucks. Check again next week. But other than that, we're pumped. We're ready to go. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us. Love the interaction in the comments, guys. Seriously appreciate it. And let's have an awesome week. So we'll be trading live all day in the King Capital Discord. You guys can go to king-capital.com or scan the QR code that's about to pop up on the screen. There it is. And other than that, we'll see you guys back here on Wednesday morning at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a great rest of your day, everybody.